All right, to preface this is something you can kind of leave on in the background, but my name is FrostFM, and I'm a music producer and music creator on Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and all the other platforms. But I'm here to talk about my own experiences and trying to deal with a period of time where you kind of see your streams declining, you see stagnation, and you're just not really happy with the current direction. To preface things, at the start of the year, I was around 250,000 monthly listeners, and I've had a steady decline over the past few months or so, where it's like around 160, 157,000. And you're kind of bummed out about that. That's not exactly something I'm jumping with joy about. But at the same time, there are ways to kind of navigate through like these hard periods that we have as musicians, because you're going to have peaks and valleys. I've had multiple peaks and valleys before where I had really high highs and then you go through really low lows. And I think the first step to kind of dealing with a situation like this is to kind of step back and, look at the bigger picture. Because, sure, yeah, I'm not happy about losing like the active monthly listeners and all that, but I still have high streaming engagement. I still have an active base still listening to my music, and I'm still bringing in income, which will allow me to either reinvest in marketing, reinvest in education, or figure out, oh, do I need to do paid collabs? Do I need to kind of, give myself more breathing room to kind of create higher quality content? Because when you kind of look at the bigger picture of things, you're like, okay, it's not the end of the world. You just have to figure out a plan. And for me, I also think it kind of goes back to gratitude as well, as even if you're not in a period of time where you're exactly happy about like the performance, you still have to do your daily gratitude, great affirmations, shit like that, where you're just kind of documenting like, okay, I still have people that support my music, I still have people streaming, I still have a way to kind of, make things happen. And so I think another way to kind of also deal with a situation like this is to analyze and have a plan. You need to look at the data, you need to see what's working, and then you need to kind of observe what you haven't been doing. Because I know I haven't been as active with my collabs. I know I need to kind of hammer in on a specific direction. And I also feel that perhaps if I try making more lo fi content, that maybe throughout the winter months there may be another push and pull upward, because I recently released a lo-fi track for Murder Drones, and I noticed that wow, this track is almost at like 10,000 in like first week or so. So I'm very right now. I think the way forward is just going to be making a plan, sticking to it, and then improvising as the data kind of comes in. And a part of that also kind of comes down to some of my marketing efforts too, because I haven't went as hard as I should have, because I've been kind of torn between different projects, marketing for other people, life situations, things like that, to where okay, now I need to kind of figure out what are some unique ways to market myself, what are ways to kind of promote the content, what type of Spotify ads do I need to, and also I need to reinvest in like my playlisting, because I kind of stopped doing that as much. So I think for me, I need to do some self accountability. I need to look inward and I need to reach out to my network, because I also feel I've been trying to go solo for so long, like the past few months, that like, okay, now I'm kind of reaching the end of that, threshold, because there's only so far you can kind of go alone. And I feel for the next few months, I need to either reach out to people more, collab more, market more, and think of other ways to kind of promote my music. And I also think that when you're dealing with a situation like this too, it can also drain like in your confidence, because now you're like, wow, I was like kind of putting my content out there. I was like really going far. I was really doing this, that, the other, and now like holy crap, everything's kind of like going backward. Like a lot of that progress is gone. And when you have situations like this, I'm in my personal mental arsenal. Like I'm a runner. Like I'm somebody that's constantly working out, pushing my body and stuff. And I've had setbacks, injuries, and stuff like that, to where I can kind of reframe this as just like injured period. Where yeah, I'm kind of like limited in what I can do, but if I put in the right steps to kind of rehab myself, try to get back into the groove progressively over time, do the right things that I feel will put me in the direction I want to go, over time I will recover. And having that mindset of like an athlete is really important, I think, because this the kind of content that we make, the kind of music that we make, the kind of industry that we're in, it requires us to kind of just be able to accept that at some point you're going to have a struggle period. And are you going to be the type of person to either just give up, or are you going to figure out another way to kind of keep moving forward? Because those are the only two options you really have, in my opinion. You're either going to keep moving ahead and you're going to deal with whatever obstacles come your way, or you're just going to say fuck it and quit. And me personally, I love creating music. I love like making content, and this is the type of thing I want to do. So, got to do what you got to do. And I think those are just a few things that other artists can kind of go through. And just know that even if you're listening to this and your streams are not where you want to, your progress, your social media, this, that, the other is not where you want to, you're not alone in this. And there are other people dealing with this type of thing. And hopefully, I will have a video that's updated, because over the coming few months, I'm definitely going to go harder. So, if you have any comments, if you have anything to add, feel free to add it in the comments. But right now, I'm going to just get to work. And yeah, I hope this helps somebody out there.